Welcome back, everybody. Again, our audio got knocked out a little bit there by that collision. But we're going.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi. Right, surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
It's that magical time of year, Thornhill Mitsubishi's year-end sales event with brand new Mitsubishi models for under 20 grand. Get the perfect gift that's safe, reliable, and affordable. Let Thornhill Mitsubishi make it happen. Make the holidays magical. Put Thornhill Mitsubishi at the top of your wish list.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Kinzel Law Office is a local firm located at 36 Adams Street in Chapmanville. Rob Kinzel has been practicing law in Logan County for over 15 years and is dedicated to providing quality legal representation for personal injury, criminal defense, and family law for individuals and families throughout southern West Virginia. Call Kinzel Law Office today to set up your free consultation. Rob Kinzel, quality legal services close to home.
It's SUV season at Thornhill Mitsubishi, serving up 0% APR for 72 months on 2019 Eclipse Cross, $20,770, $7,900 off 2019 Outlander PHEV and 2019 Outlander.
37-12, Chapmanville leads it here at the half. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Nathan Bush, as the Tigers looking to move to 8-1 on the season. Again, they've got 53 straight wins against West Virginia teams, Nathan, and it just looks like the beat goes on here tonight as they just came out after a rocky first 4 minutes and have just blitzed the Mingo Central Miners since then.
Yeah, it's just been a beating, really, so far in this ball game, Chris. And it's been defensively led, and the Chapmanville Tigers holding teams to low scoring totals all year, but they really put the lockdown on Mingo early, especially without Drew Hatfield. Mingo was able to get a few buckets later on when Hatfield came in, but it's been all Tigers here in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of clarify how impressive Chapmanville's been thus far this year, again, Mingo Central's averaged 63 points per game, giving up 62 points per game. But on Chapmanville's end, with the competition they've played, they are averaging 72 points per game and allowing 51 points per game. I mean, that is astonishing whenever you think about it, considering the level of teams that Chapmanville has played. And then they're going to continue that on over the weekend. They play Aspire Academy, well, interesting name, in the Pittsburgh Winter Jam Fest. Then they go to Logan next Tuesday. So, I mean, this schedule just does not ease up whatsoever, because this has been a Mingo Central team that at 3-2, they've been somewhat impressive thus far this year, and Chapmanville's just taking them out back to the woodshed here in the first 16 minutes.
Yeah, they really have. It's been a really good night here for Chapmanville, and they just keep on winning, Chris. And you wonder, people say, a lot of people say, well, maybe they're not as good as they were last year. They lost a lot of pieces. I'm not denying that. But it just seems like when they need people to step up and fill the roles that are there, they have it. They have, like Hunter Jeffrey and Brody Dalton and Isaiah Smith and Preston Smith and Colton Craddock and all these players that are able to step in and fill positions that are needed to be filled and do those things that they are required to do. Maybe not so much on offense, but on defense especially. They just do a great job. And Chase Berry, of course, another guy. I don't want to leave him out. Just so many good athletes on this squad.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Mingo Central, again, a lot of people maybe remember that 2-21 season last year and don't think much at first. But, you look at what they've got this year. Again, yeah, they won their first 3. They've lost their last 2. But, again, the last 2 losses were to Poca by 8, then lost to a Logan team that is actually very good this year.
And they just keep getting better. Like, that Logan team's completely different than the team that lost to Herbert Hoover to start the season.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are a completely different ball team now.
Yeah, again, that game next Tuesday with Chapmanville and Logan at Logan will be, I think, a very interesting matchup with the young Wildcats and the young developing Tiger Club, too, in some spots. But, the 3 wins they got, they beat Scott, Mingo Central did, 79-75. Beat Winfield in overtime, 62-59. That's a big win. Then beat Wayne by 22, 77-55. So Stan Elkins' club definitely improving this year. Again, trying to get back to the state tournament for the first time since 2017, where they lost to Fairmont Senior in the semis, who then went on to beat Chapmanville in the finals that year. But, Mingo Central not having the Hatfields last year was definitely a big issue for them.
Yeah, definitely was. And I'll go ahead and tell you, Chris, the Logan Regional keys to the second half here. Our keys to the second half from Logan Regional.
Yeah, let's do it.
More of the same from Chapmanville, more tough defense. And, I think they're going to get their young guys involved a little more on offense, try to get those guys out there and see if we can get them. Well, not we. I'm not playing. But
we came close a couple times this first half.
Yeah, really. But they want to see if they can get some of those younger guys in the scorebook. Mullins is shooting the lights out tonight. Scholl's had a nice game. Obina's going to get his. But, you want to see your guys like Chase Berry, Brody Dalton, and some of those younger players get out there and that either not playing as much and get them some playing time. And, of course, lockdown defense. That's Chapmanville Tiger basketball.
Well, that's our Logan Regional Medical Center keys to the second half, and the key to your health care is with Logan Regional Medical Center, offering care for every stage of life, from the Women's Center to pediatrics and primary care physicians. Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you. Well, it's 37-12. Chapmanville leads it here at halftime over Mingo Central. Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, it'll be time for the start of quarter number 3 as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Peyton, what are we doing here?
Welcome to Peytonville. Nationwide has protect everything you see in here, Brad. Every family, every business, even Mrs. Hoffman's dream of retiring to become a yoga instructor.
Oh, they have backstories.
Here, I got more to show you.
There's a stop sign, and he just ran right through it and hit me. It was like I wasn't even there to him.
There were no witnesses, so the other driver tried to blame Roxana.
My legs were black and blue.
We found a surveillance video from a nearby business and proved that she was right and the other driver was wrong.
The amount that I received was actually a lot more than I thought.
Roxana got paid.
They made it where you actually wanted to talk to them.
Farmer Clyde Campbell is the way to go. Call 346-5990.
FCA has incredible impact on coaches, the teams, the players, and the community as well.
It's changed our lives. It's changed mine as a husband, as a father, and as a coach.
It does make an impact on our lives.
FCA has become a full circle in our lives.
People from all different kinds of backgrounds.
If all we're going to be is a coach that happens to be a Christian, I think it's more important to be a Christian that happens to be a coach.
Little General Stores knows West Virginia, but what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Getting ready to start quarter number 3 here from Chapmanville, West Virginia, with the Tigers leading Mingo Central 37-12. Chris Kidd, Nathan Bush with you, with Joe Mounts, our engineer, and Aaron Stone, our camera operator. Let's look at the first half scoring. On Chapmanville's side, they were led by Philip Mullins, who led all scores with 12 points, all of those on 3-pointers, as he hit 4 in the first half. Then you had Obina and Achille Killam with 10 points, Andrew Scholl with 9 points, Brody Dalton with 4 points and Preston Smith with 2 points. On the other end for Mingo Central, they had Drew Hatfield and Devin Hatfield with 3 points apiece. Then Colton Blankenship, Josh Wellman, and Dalen Goad each with 2 points on the evening. So again, the defense has been swarming for Chapmanville as we come out to start the second half, as it'll be back to the original starting five. And saw Andrew Scholl seemed like he was a little shaken up whenever he was warming up. He took a shot and he seemed like he was wincing in pain, but he appears to be back out here again. It was a physical first 16 minutes regardless of the score.
Yeah, it really was, and we saw a lot of fouls in that second quarter, but I still felt like the refs were kind of letting them play. They only really blew the whistle when they felt it absolutely necessary.
Now to be Mingo Central to get the ball first here in the second half, going left to right across your computer screen and radio dial, and Chapmanville going right to left. It's the Tigers in their all-white uniforms with orange and white CRHS across the chest. Mingo Central in their gray uniforms and Carolina blue trim with Miners written in black across the chest. It's up top with it. Swing it over to the left side. Devin Hatfield able to get by Smith. Pull-up jumper in the paint, no good, and Obina tears the rebound away from Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson, I think you're going to have to get up a little bit higher to get that rebound off of Obina.
Scholl brings it up the floor over to Philip Mullins. Mullins, who had the good touch from the outside in the first half, takes it over to the right wing. Now steps back top of the key, 4 on 3. No good short on this one. Rebound comes out long to Jackson. Jackson races up the left side, cut off by Hunter Jeffrey. Now we'll give it up top for Wellman. Skips it over to Devin Hatfield on the right wing, dumps it down low, and goes off the hands and out of bounds of Justin May.
Yeah, and that one poked away, and May couldn't get the handle on it.
It's a 25-point lead for Chapmanville.
And they come out this half, Chris, no Drew Hatfield in the lineup.
So again, been very peculiar here tonight. Again, we weren't updated on any situation as we got here today or ever since, as Mullins drives baseline, had it rejected out of bounds. It'll stay with Chapmanville as Mullins thought he got fouled on the way in.
Yeah, maybe they're just trying to get some young guys some playing time. Not sure why they're not playing Hatfield more.
Scholl gets it in the left corner, dribbles inside the arc, and that mid-range jumper is there again for Andrew Scholl as he's got 11 points now.
The lost art of the mid-range jumper, Chris. You love to see it.
And he was All-State honorable mention last year, too. Had 14 against Bluefield, and then earlier this year had 27 against ISA, 27 against Nitro, had 6 threes in both those games, so he can get just as hot as anyone on the floor. Jackson, deep two-pointer from the right wing, no good. Rebounded up ahead to Mullins. This time he is fouled on the way to the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as they get the foul on Justin May.
And the pump fake there by Mullins just draws the defense in. He's able to get that step.
Mullins to the charity stripe. Again, only 4 free throws shot thus far tonight for Chapmanville as Mullins' first one up and off the front iron, no good. So he stepped up and hit those big free throws at the end of the 2018 state championship game against Fairmont Senior when he was a sophomore. He'll always be remembered for that in the fourth quarter as he hits on the second free throw, 40-12 Chapmanville.
And they want to hoist one more banner before they go. Does this the seniors on this squad?
Again, no team in Logan County history has three-peated, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, what have you. Chapmanville trying to be the first to do that as pass inside, knocked out of bounds by Obina, so it'll stay with Mingo Central. And frankly, three-peating is something that hasn't happened very often anywhere around the state. So.
No, it doesn't happen often in sports, period. You know, you get the rare occasions. The Lakers, the Celtics did it, and that just shows how rare it is.
They get it out front for Wellman, swinging around to Blankenship. He's alone for 3, no good as it hits the top of the basket support, and that'll give it back to Chapmanville, 40-12 with 5:52 to go here in the third quarter.
LeBron James has never done it. Michael Jordan did it a couple times.
Yeah, a couple times.
I think we can put that argument to rest.
Yeah, looking forward to that documentary coming.
Oh, that's going to be great. I can't wait.
Popcorn will be popped at the Kid House as they get it over to Isaiah Smith. Now to Obina as he dribbles to the right elbow. Pull-up jumper off the back iron, no good. Long rebound comes out to Blankenship. He's got a step on Scholl, but Scholl catches up to him and cuts him off. Gives it off to Devin Hatfield. Back out top for Blankenship as Mingo Central still looking for their first points of the second half as they've been shut out for the first 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Dribbling in, pass into the corner, almost goes out of bounds, but Jackson saves it. Back up top for Justin May. Thought about a back cut pass to Devin Hatfield, but wasn't there. Now they'll reset with Wellman near midcourt. Dribbles back over for Devin Hatfield. gets a screen, pops out on Jeffrey, and now Jeffrey's going to get called for the push as he tried to step out and come up with a steal.
Yeah, and that was good defense from Chapmanville. Just Jeffrey maybe got a little too close there and kind of moved his arms, bumped Hatfield, and that's going to get the foul call. Here comes Brody Dalton.
Jeffrey will check out of the game as Dalton checks back in. Yeah, I love Dalton's shoes. Again, those things are about as bright as the lights in here.
I can't hear you. They're too loud.
Again, you can tell where Brody's at any certain time of the day. As they get it out front for Blankenship. Blankenship out near midcourt being guarded by Scholl. Now dribbles over to the right. Cut off by Scholl. Over, and Obina went for the steal. Thought, had visions of that all alone, one-handed slam, but Jackson comes up with it. Now they get at the left elbow from May. Dribbles back out to the top of the key. 40-12, Chapmanville leads it. 4:38 left in the third quarter. Now here's Devin Hatfield. Dribbles in, gets free on the right side. Count it, and the foul for Devin Hatfield as he'll go to the line as Isaiah Smith picks up his third foul.
And Smith did not like the call either. He thought he played good defense there. And Hatfield scores. That's the first bucket for Mingo Central here in this half.
You know, Isaiah Smith, he's had a couple of good games in a row whenever they were up in Willing. Again, he scored 10 points against Willing Park, had 6 against Beth Haven. So, again, another reason why he was given the start tonight as Brad Napper's still trying to find maybe that fourth and fifth person to go along with Obina, Scholl, and Mullins as it's 40-15 after Hatfield makes the free throw. Smith misses a three from the left corner. Obina gets the offensive rebound, goes up with the left hand, but misses short and rebounded underneath by Jackson. So Mingo Central trailing again by 25. Only 3 points for both teams thus far here in the second half. We're halfway through the third quarter. Pass out front, gets away, but saved by Blankenship. Now stolen by Dalton. Dalton in a foot race with Blankenship, and he'll win it easily to the rim as he lays it up with the left hand.
Not too many people are going to chase Brody Dalton down from behind.
Yeah, that time him and Mullins just converged on him, and Dalton was able to pick his pocket. And it's now 42-15 Chapmanville as they give it to Devin Hatfield. Give and go to Blankenship on the baseline as he's fouled on the way in. And they're going to get this one on Isaiah Smith again, so that's going to be number 4 on him.
And going to bring him out.
And that'll bring in Isaiah Fleming, a 5'7 junior for Chapmanville, getting his first action tonight. As Jackson will inbound it. Still looking. Nice cut inside by Wellman, and he's able to beat Dalton to the basket and lay it in with the left hand.
Nice inbounds play there from the Miners to get to the rim.
42-17 now in favor of Chapmanville. 3.5 to go in the third as Scholl drives in, has his pocket picked by Blankenship. Up ahead to Jackson. Jackson drives in and is fouled on the way in. It's either Mullins or Fleming that got there, and they're going to get the foul on Philip Mullins.
And that's a good foul there. No easy buckets by the Miners, but that's where Fleming, I think, has got to come out of there after that play with his hand up saying, hey, yeah, that's on me.
Yeah.
Because I think that's something that you don't want to get your main starters in foul trouble, and you as coming in as a young guy off the bench not necessarily plays a whole lot. You've got to take credit for that foul there just to save a foul on your starters.
As Jackson gets first free throw to go, his first point of the evening. We said he had a couple big games at 17 against Scott, 10 against Polka, but hadn't been able to get going tonight as he hits the second free throw as well.
And Drew Hatfield has just now checked back in.
42-19.
Feels like Hatfield's on load management tonight or something.
Yeah. Too many back-to-backs as they lob it up to Obina.
Whoa!
Couldn't get the dunk off, but he goes on the left side and lays it in. Again, that time he was just a little too far under, but did the smart thing and got to the left side and lays it in for his 12th point.
Scholl wanted that one bad.
Up ahead to Drew Hatfield, and he sinks a three from the right wing as he buries his second three of the game. He's got 6 points. 44-22 Chapmanville. Scholl over to the right, gives it to Fleming in the corner, now to Dalton. Dalton at the right elbow, jump fakes, gives it back out to Fleming. He'll go for three. Count it for Isaiah Fleming.
Nice shot from Fleming for three. He knocks that one down. Mingo running again.
47-22 Chapmanville, out to Jackson, drives in, floater on the way, and he's fouled on the way up, so that'll send Jackson back to the free throw line as they get the foul on Dalton.
I really feel like this Mingo Central team, Chris, this is a tale of two teams. The team with Drew Hatfield and the team without Drew Hatfield, because when they're without Hatfield, they're a little bit slower, they're more methodical, more play calling, not so much running, whereas with him, they run a lot up and down the court and try to move the ball a lot.
I agree. They are much more prolific with him on the floor. as opposed to without him as Jackson hits the second. So that's what I said. I think that they'll be a contender moving forward. Again, a lot of people will have Chapmanville as the heavy favorite in the section, but then after that, you look at which Logan, again, it'll be interesting with that matchup. But again, then everyone may be looking at Logan as second favorite. But you got teams like Mingo that are going to contest. As Obina drives in, gets off the shot, he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
You got Mingo, you got Scott, Mann's much improved. That's a scary section, and never count out Coach Rodney Plumley in Lincoln County.
Yeah.
As that guy, he'll stomp a hole in the floor if you let him. I've seen him. I mean, that's a tough section. Like you could make a state tournament out of that section.
So Obina hits on the first free throw. He's got 13 points. And one of the big transformations this year is that Obina Anachile Killen might be the best free throw shooter on this Chapmanville roster. I mean, he has absolutely been money from the free throw line. See, even I couldn't jinx him there as he sinks the second one.
Well, you tried too.
I mean, I was watching the end of that Bluefield game on Video Productions the other night, and he was just one after another, just up there like it was target practice. And he's really worked on that since his freshman year, and it's paid off.
Oh yeah, he's just constantly getting better.
Devin Hatfield drives in right side, had it poked away, now kicks it out. Wellman, short-range jumper off the mark, but another offensive rebound for the Miners. They get it over to Jackson on the left side, 49-24 Chapmanville. Jackson drives in, floater, and counted, and the foul as they get the foul on Isaiah Fleming. And Jackson, after not scoring in the first half, has scored 6 here in the third.
Coach Napper turned around and just shook his head. I don't think he agreed with that call, and we'll look here on Video Productions as soon as our good man Joe Mounts fires that one. Here we go, a replay, and I don't know. I know that's the toughest call in sports, so that was close.
Jackson gets the free throw to go, so he's 5 for 5 from the line and has 7 points now for the game. Into the left corner, Isaiah Fleming, 3 again on the way, this time short. Obina, though, gets the offensive rebound as Devin Hatfield tried to box him out.
That's going to be they didn't call that on Obina. Wow, I thought they'd call that on Obina for over the back.
They get Devin Hatfield
Apparently
instead.
He went straight up, but Hatfield was backing up on the box out, so that's what it was. Okay.
They get it into Obina, gets into the center, and boy, that got halfway down and popped out. As he's had his struggles from the field tonight, but still has 14 points. As they get it up ahead, Drew Hatfield gets free. He'll fire up a 3, short rims it, rebounded by Scholl. Up ahead to Chase Berry. Berry tries to get in, knocked away by Devin Hatfield. What a play by him, saves it to his brother. Now Drew Hatfield up the center of the floor. Stutter steps, drives in left side, and Drew Hatfield, great move by him for his 8th point.
What a move and what a save from Hatfield, as you were talking about a minute ago, Chris.
And Devin Hatfield went all out on that. Now steal from behind as Blankenship comes up with it. Get it up ahead to Drew Hatfield, 49-29, Chapmanville leads it. But Mingo Central's outscored them here in the third quarter, and Devin Hatfield took an ill-advised step-back 3 that time and airballed at Scholl. Lobs up at Obina! Almost got the alley-oop to go, but he was fouled on the way up by Devin Hatfield.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it was a good pass there by Scholl, and if it would have been for some of the contact on the way up, that would have been a nice alley-oop as Obina laments it as he turns around. Kind of looked up at the sky and said, shoot.
That was one of those, that was one of the most impressive misses I've ever seen.
So Obina back at the free throw line. This one rolls around and falls out.
You jinxed him. You finally did it.
I didn't say anything that time. I'm going to say it's because of the rim still moving off the alley-oop.
Man, what a great attempt at an alley-oop. My goodness. But Drew Hatfield and Devin Hatfield, they've sparked a little something here in Mingo Central this last minute and a half.
So Obina sinks the second free throw. He's got 15 points now, 50-29 Chapmanville. The final 40 seconds of the third quarter as they go full court pressure here on Mingo. Obina almost with a steal, but Devin Hatfield gets it into the left corner. Back up top for Jackson, guarded by Scholl. Jackson gets to the free throw line. Out to Wellman. He'll take a 3, no good. Rebounded by Berry with 23 seconds.
It's a good look, though.
They get it to Scholl. Scholl dribbles over to his left with 15 seconds. They're going to wind down this clock. Obina really wants the ball right now. Scholl over to Mullins. He'll take a 3 from the left wing, and Philip Mullins hits his 5th 3 of the game, and he's got 16 points. 5 seconds left in the quarter. Devin Hatfield up ahead, throws up a wild 3 as the horn sounds, and no good as Chapmanville will take a 24-point lead into the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
Most people think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
53-29, Chapmanville leads it as we start quarter number 4. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush here with you, with Joe Mounts, our engineer, and Aaron Stone, our cameraman, here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium.
And hello to Terry Bucklew back in the WVOW studios.
Very good. Our man Terry back in the WVOW
Wolf, baby.
studios. Yeah, the Wolf taking care of business back up in Logan for us. We appreciate him tonight. Again, just a whole slew of people helping bring you the action here tonight. A Scholes pass intercepted by Devin Hatfield, and he'll get a free lane to the basket on the left side and lays it in as he's got 8 points.
And Drew and Devin Hatfield have really left an imprint on this game. May not show up as a win, but they came to play tonight.
And I think Mingo Central has outscored Chapmanville by 3 here in the second half as Scholl pull up 3 from the top of the key, and he buries it.
Well, we're all even here for the second half, but no, they've done a great job sticking with Chapmanville here in the second half, Chris.
And I think that'll be something that they build on after this game.
Well, and another thing is I don't know why Drew Hatfield didn't play as much in the first half, but maybe if he starts the game, don't know how it changes this game. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's just one of those things, one of those what ifs.
Now Drew Hatfield takes a step back 3 as he slides to the ground in front of his own bench from the right corner, and he hits it in front of Preston Smith.
What a great shot from Hatfield as he tried to draw the foul there but didn't get it.
He's got 11 now for the game, even though he hasn't been in very much as they get it to Obina inside the free throw line, dumps it off Preston Smith all alone, and he gets the easy bucket.
And that was we had one of the referees here.
Pass intercepted by Obina. Tightropes the sideline, saves it, inbounds, ball still loose, and up with it is Philip Mullins. Over to Scholl, right corner, all alone, 3, and you can't leave that man that open in the state of West Virginia.
No, not at all. That was a big shot from Scholes. He knocks that one down, and then back on defense with active hands.
Almost came up with that steal, and now loose ball coming to Drew Hatfield. Gets it up top. Guarded by Preston Smith, 61-34 Chapmanville with 6:10 remaining in the game. As they swing it over for Devin Hatfield. Tries to get it over to Jackson, finally does. Jackson on the right side being hounded by Philip Mullins. Now over to Drew Hatfield. Drew going to take a deep 3 from the Tiger Claw. No good off the side of the rim. Loose ball comes up with it is Obina. He'll walk it up the floor here with a 27-point lead.
That's one area of Obina's game, Chris. We've seen him get better is bringing the ball up court, but he can still improve that area too as well.
He'll drive right baseline, and he'll be fouled on the way up, so he'll go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Yeah, that was one of the strategies that Fairmont tried to use. I believe it was his sophomore year. They forced Obina to try and bring the ball up the floor on about the first 3 or 4 possessions of that game, and Obina did it successfully and got a layup out of it, created an assist out of it, and before long, Fairmont Senior realized, this guy can actually handle the basketball too. So.
Yeah, he really can. He's a good ball handler, Chris. But, of course, I mean, if there's one area that you're going to critique, that would be the only area is he's got to be able to dribble a little more going into college. But other than that, I mean, Obina's just a solid player. His jump shooting has improved. He's good in the post. He's good facing up. He's good everywhere on the court. That's really the only area that, I can sit here, and here I sit, I can barely, dribble a ball myself. But, he's a fantastic talent.
He's got 17 for the night as he hits both free throws and heads to the bench after Brody Dalton checks in. 3 on the way, no good for May from the left corner. Rebounded by Scholl. He'll pull up for 3 from the left wing. Short as it was online, but rebounded by Craddock. Kicks it back out to Scholl over to the left corner for Mullins. Mullins drives baseline, had it knocked away, and last touch off of Mullins out of bounds.
And there's Dalen Go checking back in.
That'll send Nathan May to the bench here with 5:11 to go in the contest. 63-34 Chapmanville. There's Jackson on the left wing, dribbles into the left corner, double teamed. Kicks it up top for Devin Hatfield. Over to Drew Hatfield, dangerous, but makes the catch, does the Randy Moss Award winner. Haven't seen that before. A terrific catch by Drew Hatfield.
Yeah, Drew Hatfield with nice catching. You don't see it much.
It's a nice give and go to his brother as Devin Hatfield cuts to the basket and lays it in.
That's one area the Tigers have struggled tonight, Chris, really on that give and go. Seems like they're maybe over-pursuing a little bit too much on defense.
As Devin Hatfield now with 10 points for the game, 63-36. Mullins goes for another three. This one's short. Long rebound. Scholl comes up with it. Scholl goes up high off the backboard. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. Preston Smith fighting with Dalen Gobe for it. We get a tie-up. As possessioner will go with Mingo Central with 4:23 to go.
And Mingo Central gets the ball back, and Scholl with that high arcing shot just put a little too much English on it. If you play billiards out there, you know what I'm talking about.
Wasn't good at that either.
Boy, I'm awful at that. I'm awful at sports.
Pass by Devin Hatfield, throws it away as Drew Hatfield was cutting to the rim, trying to get a back cut that time, and Devin threw it into the corner.
Yeah, just a miscommunication there from the Hatfields. That's a turnover, and back comes Chapmanville, 63-36, and we're about halfway through the fourth.
Scholl crosses the timeline over to his right, hands it off to Philip Mullins. Mullins out to the top of the key, gives it back out to Preston Smith. And Preston Smith had an impressive finish against Bethaven the other night. Had 14 points in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, really nice explosion of offense for him the other night, and foul call.
As Mullins got into the paint, we get a whistle. And foul's going to go against Devin Hatfield. That'll be number 4 on him.
Are you surprised, Chris, that here we are, 3:47 left in the game, and we're still seeing a bunch of starters in the game for the Tigers?
Yeah, again, you got two proud programs here, and Chapmanville knows Mingo's not going to give in right here, and Chapmanville wanting to send a message that nothing's going to come easy whenever you play us. So I'm not surprised by this on either side. It's Preston Smith, tough running jumper from the side, misses off the back rim. Rebound comes down, Drew Hatfield into the front court. 63-36 Chapmanville with 3.5 minutes to go. What's been a quick-moving game here tonight.
Really has been.
Drew Hatfield kicks it up top. Driving in is Devin Hatfield. Fadeaway jumper, and Devin Hatfield gets it to go. And he's really improved a lot since last year as well.
Oh, he really has.
Again, was a nice force for Logan whenever he'd come off the bench, mainly defensively, not necessarily offensively, but he's really picked up his offensive game this year as Scholl steps back. He'll go for three, and he hits it again from the top of the key. His third three this quarter, and Chapmanville leads it by 28.
I think the reason you're going to see a lot of the starters playing this whole game, Chris, is they really haven't played a whole lot of full games this year. They've had a handful and got to really build up some stamina here, especially as you start getting closer to sectionals and regionals and state tournament time.
Drew Hatfield takes it right baseline, puts up a tough jumper and misses off the back rim. Rebounded by Chapmanville. A Scholl into the front court over Preston Smith. Three on the way. No good off the side of the iron, and rebounded by Drew Hatfield. So he'll bring it up the center of the floor. Preston Smith staying with him. 2.5 to go in the game. Chapmanville leads at 66-38. They give it to Devin Hatfield. He'll step back for three. Count it for Devin Hatfield again.
That was a nice shot from Devin Hatfield, and timeout.
Brad Napper wants a timeout, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep things here with Chapmanville leading by 25. Well, Nationwide Insurance agent Greg Dalton is a proud supporter of Chapmanville Regional Athletics and the community of Logan County. For auto, home, life, and business insurance, call the Greg Dalton Agency at 304-855-4906. Greg Dalton Insurance with offices on Main Street in Chapmanville and Main Street in Logan. For all your sides, there is Nationwide. This is WVOW Logan. Again, Mingo Central will be facing off against the Kentucky teams coming up this weekend in the Hatfield-McCoy shootout. They'll face Phelps, Kentucky, then Belfry, Kentucky on Friday and Saturday at the Williamson Fieldhouse. And as we mentioned, Chapmanville will be in the Pittsburgh Winter Jam Fest as they play Aspire Academy in that game. And then you and I will get to go to Man on Saturday night. We'll be there for Man and Riverside for that game. Again, Riverview, excuse me, on that game. Again,
you're not the first person to make that mistake.
I thought I saw Riverside on the schedule that we had sent out, but might have looked at it.
Let me double check that. I mean, if it could be Riverside. I don't know. I assumed it was Riverview.
It'll be something with river. There'll be a river there. They get it over to Isaiah Fleming. Brody Dalton with it at the top of the key. Now to Isaiah Smith as they try to go down low for Brody Dalton. Intercepted, though, by Blankenship as Chapmanville's got all their starters out of the game now except for Isaiah Smith. We're under 2 minutes to go, 66-41 Chapmanville. They are on their way to their 8th straight win, their 54th straight win against West Virginia opponents as Jackson's jumper rolls in and out. And then a loose ball foul against Dalen Goad as that'll be team foul number 7 against the Miners.
So 1-on-1 from here on out.
Still 6 against Chapmanville.
Well, that does say Riverside, doesn't it?
So we'll find out.
There's going to be some rivers flowing down that way. But either way, tune in for that. That should be a fun ball game.
It's 25-point lead here for Chapmanville as they're on their way to a good start to the week for them as Fleming misses on the free throw, but Brody Dalton gets the rebound. So reset here. Smith goes for 3 from the left wing, misses and goes out of bounds. Last touch by Mingo Central. And Smith will inbound from underneath his own basket with 1:35 to go. As he looks, finds Brody Dalton cutting in. He's fouled by Goad on the way up, so that'll send Dalton to the free throw line as Goad picks up another foul. Yeah, you got Fleming out there. Fleming's my Pringles guy every day in 7th period in AP class. If he doesn't want his Pringles, he's got like 5,000 calories packed into his backpack every day. I don't know how the kid stays as trim as he is, but
sounds like me.
But yeah, there's always like a little thing of Pringles or Cheez-Its or something. You want these? I'm like, sure, I'm starving. And then I got Andrew Scholl. He's my juice guy at Grab and Go. He always has to bring me. He doesn't have to, but he does. He brings me juice every day. So when you talk about paying players, they're paying the announcer over here. Yeah,
apparently
getting free stuff out of the kids. But I appreciate the effort they put into making sure that I don't keel over during the day. As Dalton hit on the first and misses on the second. I know what it is. They just want their pub whenever it comes radio time.
Oh, yeah.
They're working the announcer. That's a smart move.
It's not a bad idea. They can send food my way if they'd like.
67-41 Chapmanville. Now we get a foul away from the ball, and it'll be a foul against Mingo Central with 1:17 to go.
Another big win for Chapmanville here tonight. It's going to be a long trip back to Minor Mountain for Mingo. But I feel like, Chris, again, regular season ball game. Mingo got a nice look at what they can do, and they hung with Chapmanville in the second half. Maybe they use Drew Hatfield a little more. We'll see what happens come next matchup. Because, if they see each other, it may be in sectionals. Could be, another matchup this season.
As Colton Craddock had it knocked away on the way to the basket. It'll stay with Chapmanville, though, with 1:04 to play. They get it into Craddock. Up top for Fleming, now back over right side for Smith. He'll dribble in, bounce pass over to Craddock. Baseline jumper is short. Craddock gets his own rebound back, misses on the putback, and rebounded by Blankenship. Gets it up ahead for Jackson. Jackson up the left side. Cut off, now trying to penetrate, gets all the way inside, and Jackson, he's had a terrific second half here. That's 9 points for him now. 40 seconds to play, up ahead to Preston Smith. Ball fakes, goes up, and lays it in. Preston Smith with 6 points.
That was a nice move there from Preston Smith. Catches the ball, lays it up.
30 seconds to go, 69-43, Chapmanville. As Devin Hatfield gets by Fleming along the baseline, puts up a wild shot, no good. Jackson gets the rebound on the left side, fadeaway jumper, and Jackson connects again. So 15 seconds left.
So once you get across the timeline, you won't see another shot.
Smith.
Well, like I said, Smith may shoot it. Who knows?
And gets it out front to Dalton with 5 seconds, and Chapmanville takes their 8th win in a row and move to 8-1 on the season as an outside barrage by the Chapmanville Tigers in the first half. Helped them get out to a big lead and sustain it throughout as they beat Mingo Central 69-45 here tonight. Well, Nathan and I will step aside for a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll recap tonight's action here from Chapmanville Regional High School as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville basketball action right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured?
I thought it was Riverview.
People think that after an accident, you'll have to pay $500 for your deductible. The truth, at Allstate, you could pay $0. Allstate gives you $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Then another $100 off every year you don't have an accident. Let the good hands reward your safe driving with a deductible that goes away. Now that you know the truth, are you in good hands?
Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services, founded in 1975 by Riley Joe Evans, is a full-service funeral provider, offering services that respect all faiths, personal preferences, and financial considerations. They are the only funeral home in Boone, Lincoln, Logan, and Mingo counties with its own crematory. For more information, contact Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services at 304-855-3232 or visit www.evans-funeral-home.com or like Evans Funeral Home and Cremation Services on Facebook to see their updated obituary information.
Logan Physical Therapy wants to help you. Have you been injured at work or in an accident? Come to Logan Physical Therapy and Doug Hibbs will provide a thorough, careful evaluation and create a comprehensive treatment program that will get you back on your feet. Logan Physical Therapy, turning setbacks into comebacks.
I'm Tanya Crubb, Director of Acute Inpatient Rehab, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wright, surgical podiatrist from Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
I'm Romel Mitchell, Executive Secretary, Logan Regional Medical Center, always here for you.
Thank you for trusting your care at
Logan Regional Medical Center. Always here for you.
69-45, Chapmanville defeats Mingo Central here tonight to move to 8-1 on the season. Mingo Central, after winning their first three, now dropped their last three to go to 3-3. Chris Kidd and Nathan Bush with you. And Nathan, here tonight, Chapmanville, again, got out to that quick start. Drew Hatfield not starting in the game, doesn't enter until about 3 minutes into the second quarter. But by that point, Chapmanville built up a big enough lead to where they kind of put it on cruise control the rest of the way. But Mingo Central fought valiantly in the second half and even outscored Chapmanville by 1 in the second half.
Yeah, they played a good second half, Chris. But, you know, with Chapmanville, if you get down 5, sometimes it feels like you're down 15 with the way they play defense. And having a 4-point quarter against them or a 6-point quarter, whatever the first quarter was, just not going to help. So Mingo Central really struggled early on in this ball game.
And again, 10 3-pointers by Chapmanville, 5 for Mullins, 4 for Scholl, and 1 by Isaiah Fleming. Just really put a hurting on the Miners in the early parts of this contest. Well, it's time now for our Temp Control Hot Hand of the Game, brought to you by Temp Control of Chapmanville. And tonight's hot hand goes to Andrew Scholl, who had 20 points on the evening, along with 4 3-pointers. And this winter, if you want your home to be as comfortable as possible, call Stuart Trickler and Roland Mullins at Temp Control of Chapmanville at 304-855-5200. And again, talked about how Andrew's heading off to Wingate. Again, big thing for him, big decision for him, and glad that he made a decision he'll be happy with. And tonight put on a nice show in the second half with those 3 3-pointers, had 1 in the first half. So again, 20 points for Scholl to lead the way with all scores. Well, here on Video Productions, it's time now for our Farmer, Klein, and Campbell player of the game. And tonight we're going to give that to Philip Mullins, who really helped extend this lead in the first half. Again, hit 4 3-pointers in the first half, hit 5 3-pointers for the game, 16 points in all. As Philip Mullins, again, has continued to be more of an offensive threat this year for Chapmanville. Was a little bit more of a facilitator in his sophomore year. Picked it up a little bit last year, his junior year, but he's really looked more for his shot this year, and he's really been deadly from the outside.
Yeah, he has. He's knocking down shots, especially those little couple foot to the right or left at the top of the key straight on threes. He's really knocking those down and doing some great things for Chapmanville as we bid adieu to James Barker. Have a good night. Sorry about Buffalo. But either way, Mullins did a great job here tonight as well.
Yeah, again, whenever you got Mullins knocking down those jumpers, it frees up Scholl more. Or Scholl's knocking him down, frees up Mullins more. So, you know, it's just one of those things that one hand feeds the other. And tonight they both ate aplenty in their 69-45 win over Mingo Central. We'll step aside for our final break. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back after this to bid adieu and talk about our next broadcast here on WVOW as you are listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.
General Stores knows West Virginia. But what some may not know is what LG is doing in your communities. And I'm here to tell you how Little General, with the strength of their 100+ stores, is helping to enrich lives and empower families in West Virginia. Like the Norma May Huggins Cancer Research Endowment Fund, which is fighting to cure cancer every day right here in West Virginia. Locally owned and operated, LG has always been there and always will be. Little General Stores, committed to West Virginians. Boom!
Hey, how's it going?
It's war on the roads. Bumps, scrapes, and ouch, wrecks.
That's gotta hurt. What about car insurance?
Lots of promises and very little payout.
The insurance company just wants to save money.
You should get paid when you're injured, including your pain and suffering.
And we win for you, or you pay us nothing.
What do you think, gang? Yeah!
Call Farmer Klein and Campbell, because around here,
you matter.
Farmer Klein and Campbell is the way to go. Call 34659.
69-45, Chapmanville wins it tonight over Mingo Central. As let's look at our final scoring on both sides, starting with Mingo Central, as they were led by Devin Hatfield with 15 points. Then you had Drew Hatfield and Jarius Jackson, each with 11 points. Josh Wellman with 4 points, Dalen Gobe with 2, and Colton Blankenship with 2 points to round out the scoring for the Miners. On the other end for the Tigers, they were led by Andrew Scholl, led all scorers with 20 points. Obina Anachile Killam with 17 points. Philip Mullins with 16 points. Brody Dalton with 7 points. Preston Smith with 6 points. And Isaiah Fleming rounding out the scoring with 3 points. So again, this weekend, Chapmanville heads to Pittsburgh in the Winter Jam Fest to take on Aspire Academy. Next Tuesday will be that big matchup with Logan at Logan for the first time this year, hopefully one of many matchups this year between those two. And then Mingo Central, they face Phelps, Kentucky on Friday, then Belfry, Kentucky on Saturday at the Williamson Fieldhouse in the Hatfield-McCoy shootout. But as we said, Nathan and I will be there for Man and Riverside on Saturday night.
It is Riverside. We found this out.
Very good.
Thanks to the Wolf back in the studios for letting us know.
So again, AAA Riverside making the trip down to Man. Should be an interesting contest. Again, Riverside, we saw them earlier this year on Video Productions, losing to GW. But, you know, they've got some talent on that club. They've got some speed on that club. Should be a fun matchup and a good test for TJ Blevins' club after they suffered their first defeat against the Logan Wildcats on Saturday night, 78-51. They're going to try and bounce back as they play tonight as well. I think they are playing Riverview tonight, or actually, I believe
they are playing Riverview.
Okay, they're playing
tonight.
Riverview tonight, so that makes more sense. But hopefully they're able to get back on track tonight, and looking forward to being back up there again with that young club that keeps getting better each and every game.
Absolutely, looking forward to a fun time down in Riverview, or
get Riverview off the mind, man.
I need to go to Bradshaw.
Is there a girl up that way?
If she is, she ain't met me yet. But either way, we want to thank fun times in Man against Riverside, not Riverview, and another great night here in Chapmanville. And Chris, we got a couple of games left here, you and I, towards the end of the year, but not too many. Not too many to go here. The schedule's starting to wind down a little bit.
Yeah, I told you, it starts to move fast once you get into the season. And right now, Chapmanville, though, they're clicking on all cylinders as they take a 69-45 win over the Mingo Central Miners here tonight to improve to 14-4 lifetime against them as they'll face off later on this year up at Minor Mountain. But again, the Tigers take it tonight by 24. So for Aaron Stone on camera tonight, Joe Mounts on Video Productions, our engineer there. Terry Bucklew back in the WVOW studios, our engineer tonight. And Nathan Bush, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long from Danny Gobby Gymnasium here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you have been listening to and watching Chapmanville Tiger basketball action with us right here on WVOW, West Virginia's premier sports radio station, and live on Video Productions.